my channel.
Hello everyone, how are you?
Today I want to talk once again about what a shame it is that in the United States circumcision is still so common. You know, it is a wonderful thing that in many European countries and in all of Latin America, Central America, Mexico, all of these countries, they know better. They know that there is no reason for circumcision. And for there, it's very rare. These countries, circumcision is so extremely rare. Many people, as my boyfriend has mentioned, many of them have never seen a circumcised penis before. And
I myself has never seen circumcised penis. Everyone in Peru still stares foreskin.
many of them are also surprised and shocked to learn that the United States still performs such an archaic and barbaric procedure.
I was shocked that the United States performed circumcisions on boys and men. It is something with which I do not agree for any person.
They're like, really? Why do they do that? Don't they realize there's no reason for it? And this is one of those things that sadly Americans have by and large been so brainwashed that they just think, oh, it's a baby boy, gotta be circumcised. It's like, no, absolutely not. That is as weird and crazy as saying, every newborn baby needs to have their little finger cut off or an earlobe cut off. It's just as wrong and just as idiotic. There is no excuse for it. People try to come up with all sorts of reasons, each of which have been debunked many times over. And there's just no point to it. It's like I said, it's kind of crazy how all of these other countries are shocked and horrified when they learn male circumcision is so common in the United States. They're just shocked and appalled, as well they should be. And each and every one of us should also be shocked and appalled that circumcision is still even permitted in the United States. It is a gross violation of each human being's right to their own body, whole and entire. No part of it should be cut off without that person's permission. And parents don't have this right. You don't have the right to just cut off a child's body part because you feel like it, because you think, oh, it's better, it's healthier, whatever. No, you don't have the right to amputate. And this is amputation. There is no excuse for it, and it's completely 100% wrong. So this is one of those things that we need to learn, from these other countries, that circumcision has no purpose and no basis in reality to be any cleaner or healthier. None of these countries have higher rates of any of the issues that people claim. Because here in the United States, people claim all types of things. Oh, if you're not circumcised, you'll have this or this problem or that problem, and they have a whole list of them. Well, guess what? The numbers show otherwise. These other countries, you can look at any of their excuses: penile cancer, HIV, STDs, go through the whole list. The rates in these countries where the vast majority are not circumcised are either the same as the United States or even lower. You would think if there was such a vast difference in the number of foreskins that existed, and if the foreskin really was the problem, then you would have these diseases. There would be a lot more of them. It would show that, oh boy, something is changing. But no, the numbers are similar, the same or less, where there's a lot of foreskin. So the foreskin is clearly not the problem, and yet people have used it as an excuse. And so this is one of those things that people need to ignore, these lies and myths that they've been told. Because anybody who says these things they don't know what they're talking about. They have been brainwashed with these myths and lies that everybody in the United States seems to just keep on propagating without looking at the actual evidence. And so this is something that we need to put a stop to. Circumcision needs to end, and we need to see, these other countries, guys don't have any problems with their foreskins. This is not, people act here like, oh, if he has a foreskin, he'll just have one problem after another. But yet, all these countries where all the guys have their foreskins, they don't have problems with it. And nor do any of them want to part with it. None of them want to be circumcised. It's like when they hear circumcision, they're like, ugh. It's like you cringe instinctively.
I cringe in pain at the idea of this.
Because it's such a horrific thought. And this is what we need to get in the mentality here in the United States. There's no excuse for it. There's no excuse for people not to know the truth. And they can't just keep on sticking to an idea of cutting off a body part based on old, outdated information. There is no excuse for it. There was no problems before circumcision became common, and if they stop circumcision, there won't be any problems either. People need to learn that there is no reason for circumcision. And like I said, these other countries are proof of that. They don't have problems with their foreskin. So there's no reason that Americans, if they would learn their lesson and stop circumcising, there's no reason that we would suddenly have all of these foreskin issues. Now, the one thing Americans also need to learn is that getting this idea of a foreskin being dirty, they need to get that out of their head. This is not true. And the proper way to clean the foreskin is for a child, young boy, you leave it alone. You only wash the outside. You never ever try to retract the foreskin. This is bad. This is bad. And you are injuring the boy. Therefore, and once again, it's not the foreskin that's the problem. It's your misunderstanding, your bad care, that you are the one that's the problem, not the foreskin. The other thing is, once the foreskin does retract naturally on its own, and this is usually during the teenage years, and it can be all the way up until 18 and young adulthood. But once it is retractable, then you rinse it back with water only. So you pull back the foreskin, rinse with water only, and then recover the head of the penis. There's no soap to ever be used. Soap causes problems. As I've said many times before, it changes the pH level inside the foreskin. Thereby, it makes a more friendly environment to odor-causing bacteria. People talk about the smell. It's because people are using soap. It increases the friendliness of the environment to odor-causing bacteria, and it encourages yeast. Just like women are told not to go putting soap up their vaginas and things like that in cleaning, they're told never to do that. It is a very similar thing. Soap does not belong inside the foreskin, and it causes issues. Once again, the foreskin is not the issue. It's people's misunderstanding and not just leaving it alone. Basically, people say, oh, there's so many rules. No, there's not rules. The basic rules, leave it alone. Quit paying so much attention to cleaning it with soap. No, never ever use soap. This is the problem. So once again, other countries don't have these issues, and we need to learn from that. We need to learn from that and stop just blindly believing these myths and lies that people like to tell in an effort to keep promoting circumcision. This cycle keeps perpetuating because people keep believing these lies. So let's make an effort today to put a stop to circumcision once and for all. It needs to end and never return. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, and have a great day.